Welcome students. Let us proceed to the next question on involute of a circle, which says that an inelastic string of length 180 mm is wound round a circle of 70 mm diameter, keeping the string always tight. Draw the curve generated by the end point of the string. So this sentence, draw the curve generated by end point of the string, gives us the hint that we need to draw the involute. So here it is, name the curve. So after drawing, we will name the curve as involute. The difference between the previous question and this question is, in the previous question, the length of the string was not given. So we assumed that the length of the string will be equal to the perimeter of the circle, that is 2 pi r. But here the length of the string is already mentioned. So we have to construct accordingly. So let us move forward for the construction part. So first we will make a circle of radius 35 mm. Now, after drawing the circle and dividing into 8 equal parts, now we have to draw a line which is equal to perimeter of the circle. So as this is a circle of 70 mm diameter, that is 35 mm radius, if I calculate the value of perimeter, that is 2 pi r, it comes out to be as 219.8. So we need to draw a line of 219.8 mm. Then we need to divide this line also into 8 equal parts, that is as many number of parts as that we have divided the circle. So taking some angle approximately 30 degrees and then measuring equal distance. Let us say I am measuring 2 centimeters. You can also measure 1 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 1.5 as per your wish, but it should be equidistance. So let us say 2. I am taking a gap of 2 centimeters. You need to join this last point of your markings to the last point of your perimeter line. So joining this last point with the last point of the perimeter line. Then making the parallel lines from all the points. Now we will give the names to all the points. So starting from point 1, then point 2, point 3, and so on. Similarly, we will also name the points on the perimeter line. Now we need to draw tangents to each and every point on the circle. So starting with point 1, I will mark 90 degrees, then shifting it to point 2, then shifting to point 3, then point 4, then point 5, point 6, point 7, and then finally point 8. So point 8 tangent will be exactly the same line as that of the perimeter of circle. So we don't need to draw that. Now I will make the tangents from all the points marked. So starting with point 1, then point 2, point 3, Point 4, point 5, point 6, point 7, point 7, and then point 8. Till this step, everything will be common. I mean, the method of construction will be common for any involute of a circle. That is, draw a circle of given dimension, divide it into 8 equal parts, measure the perimeter, divide that into 8 equal parts, and then make the tangents to every point on the circle. This Till this part, the method of construction for any involute of a circle will remain same. Now, as per the question, we are given that the length of the string is only 180 mm. So what we need to do is we need to measure 180 mm from this point. So I measured 180 mm from this point, and this point will be named as P now. Following the same process as we have followed in the previous problem, we need to keep our compass at point 1 and measure the distance from 1 to P. This is the important part. Distance will be measured only from point 1 to point P because our length of string is only available till P, not till point 8. Here only the students make the mistake. So from point 1 to point P, I have measured the distance. Now we'll keep it on point 1 of the circle such that it becomes the center, and then I will cut an arc on the tangent from point 1. Now next, taking the distance from point 2 to point P only, then keeping the compass at point 2 of a circle such that it becomes the center now, and make a arc on tangent of point 2. Then measuring the distance from point 3 to point P, keeping it at point 3 of the circle, and make a arc on tangent of point 3. Then similarly, starting from point 4, measuring the distance from 4 to P, keeping at point 4, and cut the arc on this tangent from point 4. From point 5 to point P, then keeping on 5, cutting an arc on the tangent of point 5, then finally measuring the distance from 6 to P. So here you can see that I cannot measure the distance from 6 to P in the compass because the length is exceeding the least count of my compass. So what we can do in this case, we can measure it through a scale. So let us say I will keep it on point 6 and measure the distance which is coming out to be as the distance between 6 and this point P is coming out to be as around 1.5. So what I will do is I will keep the scale here at point 6 and measure 1.5 on this line. This is when we cannot use compass for taking the measurements. So I will mark 1.5 here, will come somewhere here. Now we will give names to the points which we have just now marked. So starting from this, let us say it is P1, then P2, P3, and so on. After naming the points, we have to just join the points now sequentially, starting from point P and passing through point P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, and P6. Once it reaches to point P6, just with the same flow, touch this on the circle. So this curve which we have just drawn is the path traced by the end point of the string, and this is nothing but the involute. So in the question it was asked to name the curve, so I will name the curve as involute. Now we will give the dimensions. The required dimensions are the length of the string, which is given as 180, and the diameter of circle and the circumference of the circle. So these three dimensions we need to give. In the question, it was also asked to draw normal and tangent. So first of all, I will mark the center C. Now, as it is given that we have to draw the normal and tangent to any point on the curve, I will have to consider any point on the curve. So let us consider this as the point wherein I will draw normal and tangent. So naming this point as M. Now step to draw normal and tangent is connect this point M on which you want to draw normal and tangent with the center. Now divide this line into two equal parts, that is bisect the line CM, for which you will use line bisector method, in which we take the distance equal to more than half of the length and make an arc on both sides. Mark an arc on this side as well as this side. Similarly, we will keep this on point M and mark an arc on both sides. And then we will join these 2 points. The point of intersection will be the point O. Now with O as center and OM as radius, you can take OM or you can take OC also as a radius, both are same because it is bisected. You need to draw an semicircle. So using OM as radius, I will draw a semicircle with center O. Now, wherever this semicircle cuts the circle, that is this point. Again, I repeat, wherever this semicircle cuts the circle, this point has to be marked. Now, we need to join. Now, we need to join this particular point and M, and this line which we have just now drawn is nothing but the normal to the curve. So I will name it as N and N. Now we also know that the normal and tangent are always 90 degrees. So I will take the protector, keep it on point M and measure 90 degrees, keeping it on normal. And finally, I will just join this point with M, which is nothing but the tangent. So T and T. So this completes the question in all respects, wherein we have drawn an involute to a circle where the length of the string was less than the perimeter of the circle. So hope you have understood the question. In the next class, we will see the case wherein the length of the string will be more than the perimeter of the circle. Thank you.